What's happening, guys? So I thought I'd give you another video. This video is going to be 5 essential things that you need, absolutely essential things that you need in a van when you're living van life. All right. So just quickly before we get into the video, I wanted to mention as well that I have just resigned from my job. In 2 weeks' time, I'm going to officially be separated from my full-time job and probably moving into another job or maybe taking a little break from work. Yeah, so my objective is to get at least 1 video per week on this channel. All right, so say hello in the comments. Yeah, I've had a really nice few days over this weekend. I went home early on Friday from work and decided to hand in my resignation letter as well. And yeah, I went and slept. I went for an hour drive, and I slept at the front of a gym and went gym in the morning and did some other errands that I had to do afterwards in that area, and then kind of came back home and I found this beautiful little spot that's like 15 minutes away from my house. It like hangs off of a cliff where I can just chill, be myself, make as much noise as I want, and nobody really hears you. It was truly beautiful. It was bliss, and it's kind of inspired me to jump on here to give you 5 essential things that you need when living in a van. Okay, so number 1 most essential thing you need living in a van is, drum roll, electricity. Okay, you need a source of power when it comes to living in a van. All right, I've got lights up here. This is a basic kind of USB powered, battery powered fairy light thing. It rolls out, has kind of a few modes, like man. But it's really nice for the ambient lighting. You can hang it however you want. And this is another one here that I kind of use. It's a camping light, and it kind of has the whole mosquito bug zapping feature as well. Really cool, but that's not the type of power I'm talking about. The type of power I'm talking about is a battery. Okay, so like my 12-volt setup, I've got like a power here. I know this isn't the greatest lighting, but I've got power down here and I've got my battery down there. So what you want essentially for the van for power is either an AGM or a lithium battery setup. You need this to power a fridge. You need this to charge your phone. You need this to run lights. I've got a USB powered light up here that's really bright, lights up the whole van. Power is just so essential. You can run heaps of different things, including a water pump. You can run, like I said, an inverter as well. You can run a fridge. So my number 1 thing that I need in van life is power. Okay, apart from obviously a bed, power is probably the number 1 thing, battery power. So number 2 would probably have to be ventilation. Ventilation. I'm not just talking about windows, I'm talking about the roof fan, right? I have a max air fan. I cut the hole in the roof and fit this thing. Basically, in the hot time, it's a lifesaver. All right, it's a lifesaver because in the hot days when you wake up and it's stinking hot, when you turn that fan on to like even 15, 20%, 30% power, and you crank open one of the windows, a breeze just comes right through, hits you in the face, and it's just literally a breath of fresh air. It allows all the heat to escape. Not only that, but I practically keep it on all the time on 10%. It hardly drains any of my battery, and it's just nice to sleep with some form of fresh air. Okay, look, 2 windows, one at the front, one at the back, both of them cranked open, could work. But a roof fan, it probably helps even more, because whatever window you crank open, it's just going to draw power, and it draws fresh air from those windows up to the roof, stops mold from building up, and yeah, like I said, it's literally just fresh air. It's so nice to have it. It sucks constantly waking up and it's stuffy and gross, and it feels like you've lost 1 million brain cells. That fan helps. Which brings me to number 3. The third thing that I think is essential, alright, is probably going to have to be, I don't know if you can hear the clicking. No, probably not. But it's got to be my diesel heater, alright? This wouldn't have been on the list, because I'm pretty old school. I like nice thick blankets, and I think sleeping in the cold is nice. But I think it's an essential. Now that I have it, I have a 2 kilowatt. It's not even that powerful. Since owning it in the cold Melbourne weather, I think it's absolutely essential. Yeah, I've got it on right now. It just makes things so much more comfortable. Makes it feel more like a home, and just feels nice. Like, imagine in the colder weather, everything's just clammy. It's cold. You don't feel like moving. Don't feel like getting out of bed. I've got the remote like right here next to where I sleep, somewhere over there, and man, it's so good. Like in the mornings when I need to go to gym, and I'm just waking up and I'm in a bit of a rush. I don't want to get out of bed. I just want to stay under the blankets and keep sleeping. I just chuck that heater on for 10 minutes. I might fall asleep for 5, but then I'll wake up again. I'm like, okay, it's nice and warm. I get out of bed, I get dressed, turn the heater off. It kind of gives you incentive to just get out of bed, and also 10, 20 minutes before you actually go to sleep, it's 100% worth the investment. Doing the work yourself, learning how to just drilling the hole in the floor and setting it all up. It was a big learning curve, but it was 100% worth it. Let me tell you what, ventilation also can help with that too, because these Chinese diesel heaters, they have a ventilation feature. So if I have that fan cranking up and it sucks air through up into the roof, I can have the ventilation setting on the Chinese diesel heater, which takes fresh air from the filter on the bottom, and it just brings it up through the floor. So instead of heat coming through, it's fresh air, and that just gets sucked right up, and it has, instead of creating a flow from the windows from side to side, it's up and down. So you can, when you have the diesel heater, the fan, and windows in your van, you can literally have like an indoor kind of outdoor experience. Like basically having a house, a mobile house where you can just crank all the windows open and it will feel beautiful. So yeah. Number four. Curtains. Okay. Curtains is number 4. Screw it. Because, and I'm not talking about just ordinary curtains, I'm talking about lockout curtains. I have these custom curtains made by a friend that had made pockets where I can store heaps of stuff. This one's for my electronics near my battery. I paid these for like wipes and surface wipes, and this is my sleeping gear in here. Like this. There's kind of like 2 pockets everywhere, yeah. These curtains in particular, really nice. I think the type of curtains you have, I've got all this fancy stuff, they're just kind of like scarves. But these ones are actual blockout curtains for the houses. These things are like man, like people can't tell you're in it when the lights are on. People can hardly tell that you're in the van with the lights on, so probably more of the underrated things that you can have in a van, but it's essential. You need to have privacy when you're in a van, and the type of curtains that you get will help with keeping heat out and keeping light from coming in. I hardly see the light that comes in with these curtains. They're awesome, and it helps me get a good night's sleep. If it wasn't for all of these curtains, I probably wouldn't be able to sleep as nicely. And last, running water. Okay, so why I chose the running water over the fridge, because I got like a full-on sink over here, which has got a little water pump, which I'll show you guys maybe next week how that's all set up and how I designed all that. But basically it's a USB powered tap. I've got a full-on tap, a sink and everything in this hoace commuter, and yeah, can turn on the water whenever I want and turn it off. Why do I think it's essential? Because washing your hands, washing dishes, just washing shit, even having a shower, that water tank that I've set up, it can do everything from powering, putting, that pump can put water into a hot water system and give you a hot shower outside this van, to giving you a cold shower directly outside of the van. So yeah, running water is really nice, especially when you're going out to, like, in the hot weather and you're in the sand and you just want to have a quick shower. It's good to just have some form of running water to be able to wash yourself, so water, even if it's a portable water tank, that has the pump, the tap ones, they're really cool. That's almost enough. I found the perfect little sink. It's really awesome. It's dirty at the moment. It's full of dishes, so I'm not going to show you, but on the next video I'll do that. I'll show you guys how I've set up my water system, and it's a perfect little unit, but yeah, water is essential. Washing your dishes, just washing everything. And yeah, a fridge is important, especially if you're living in a van. Probably a little bit more essential than the running water, but you can if you're doing, you can always do the fast food route or eating out at people's places and stuff like that. There's ways to feed yourself, but there's not always a way to conveniently, like, you'll have a spill, or you'll need to wash your hands when you're out on the road, as compared to eating. You can kind of wait to eat. Sometimes when you have a spill, you need to wash your hands. Like, it's nice to have the sink there to be able to wash your hands and everything. Yeah, so that's it. Power, ventilation, heat. Okay, heat. What else was there? Running water and curtains, privacy. Yeah, that's everything, guys. So that is my 5 essential things that you're going to need, that I think are essential to van life. Okay, hopefully I can start doing a little bit more cinematic videos. The more that I start to post, I'm trying to get a new camera. I'm trying to do this at more convenient times. I've just quit my job, so in the few weeks where I'm probably not going to be working, hopefully I can get a camera set up and I can start doing vlogging properly. Okay, the whole idea for me quitting my job is to be able to just get a bit of time so I can focus more on my creator, on creating content, and then get back into work, get a job after that, because I have a little bit of money saved up. I want to put it a little bit towards this, so I can stop having quality videos like this and get some better sounding stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, that's just my little old take on how to do van life, the essentials. Okay, if you are thinking about, that's really bad lighting, if you are thinking about doing van life, okay, just freaking try it, bro. Just try it. It's amazing. It's really crap and it's really amazing at the same time. Okay, it's really easy and really hard at the same time. And if you know what I mean, then it's for you. You know what I mean? Like, it's, some people just do it. You know, like some people are just meant for this kind of life. You know, and if you're not meant for this life, that's fine. You know, if you prefer to have like structure and 4 walls that are confining you to the same location all the time, hey man, I'm not judging you, so don't judge me either. This is my life. All right, soon, okay, another update really quick is I'm going to be setting up the my roof to finally get insulated. So I'm probably going to be doing the insulation of the roof and shore power. So I have a full shore power rig that's ready to be set up. Soon I'm going to have the shore power set up, so I'm going to be able to have my microwave in here and fully cook meals without having to go to the gym and drag my bowls everywhere, you know, with my oats in it, you know, like, because currently I'm just making up my breakfast here in the van, and then I take the whole bowl to my gym and microwave my oats in their microwave, and it's really weird. People look at me strange, like, why is this guy carrying plastic homeware into a gym? It's strange. You know, I don't care about the judgment, but some others probably do. I've had a few comments from a few of my workmates because I've done it at work too. But whatever, man. Soon shore power, so I'll be able to just plug in, you know, find a powered place, which I have one at my storage place. So I'll just be able to, whenever I need to cook a meal up, just grab out the extension lead, plug it into the outdoor wall plug, and just, hey man, start cooking up some oats. And Bob's your uncle, Susie's your auntie. And peace out, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, let us know how you're doing. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video.